All right, we are working on our last section in our graphing chapter. And so we're gonna hit on something called parallel lines, right? We'll talk about perpendicular in another video here. So parallel lines are two or more lines that will never cross. Okay, the thing you need to know about parallel lines is they have the same slope, but they have a different y-intercept. So they have the same slope, different y-intercept. Okay, we're going to look at two equations. We're going to look at y equals 1/2 x plus 3 and y equals 1/2 x plus 4. Both of those are set up in slope-intercept form for us already. So if you notice the number in front of the x, right, that's our slopes. Our slope matches, and our y-intercepts are plus number, and our y-intercept is different. Okay. Why don't you take a moment, pause this video, finish writing if you haven't finished writing it yet, and then also graph those two equations. All right. Here are those two equations graphed, right? That blue one was the y equals 1/2 x plus 3. We started on 3 on the y-axis, so we went up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. This green one was the second equation, y equals 1/2 x plus -4. So we started at -4, went up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. These are parallel because they have the same slope. They both go up 1, right 2, so they're never going to get any closer to each other, okay? They have to have a different y-intercept, otherwise they'd be the same line, right? If they have the same slope and the same y-intercept, it's the same line. And so that's why they need a different y-intercept. So that's parallel lines, okay? So this one says, what is the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that passes through 8, 9, and is parallel to the graph of y equals positive 3/4 x minus 2. Okay, so you might not want to write that whole thing down. That's okay, but you should write down slope-intercept form. You should write down the point 8, 9, and you should write down parallel, and y equals 3/4 x minus 2. Those are important pieces of the problem there. Okay, so what we know about parallel lines, right, is that they have the same slope, different y-intercepts. So the first thing we want to do is we want to steal the slope out of this equation. Y equals 3/4 x minus 2. Remember, the slope is always in front of the x there when it's set up in slope-intercept form. So slope equals 3/4. My point is 8, 9. And I'm just using those two pieces of information. I want nothing else to do with this equation. I want nothing to do with this minus 2. Has nothing to do with my new equation. So all I need to know is that the slope is 3/4, the point is 8, 9. You guys have gotten good at this so far, right? You're used to me giving you 2 points and you finding the slope. They already found the slope for you. So you've got two options. One is you could start in point slope form, right? So if I were to put this in point slope form, this would be, remember, y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1 is that point slope form, right? Our point is 8, 9, so it becomes y minus 9. This becomes x minus 8, and our slope is 3/4. Okay? That's one way to do this, right? But we need to put our final answer in slope-intercept form, so we need to finish solving this equation and get y by itself. So we're going to distribute the 3/4. So y minus 9 equals 3/4 x minus, remember when you multiply fractions, you go straight across, so 3 times 8 there is 24 over 4, 24 over 4 is 6, so 3/4 of 8 is 6. Y minus 9 equals 3/4 x minus 6. We're trying to get y by itself, so we're going to add 9 to both sides. Y equals 3/4 x plus 3, because we have -6 plus 9, so that means I'm really subtracting my head. 9's bigger, it's positive. So this right here would be my equation. Y equals 3/4 x plus 3, okay? That's one way to do this, right? This method was using point slope form. The other thing you could do is you can use slope intercept form. Okay, so this was way 1. This is option 2. And it really doesn't matter, it's just a matter of your preference. I'd be open to you using either method. Okay, so we're still using the same information, slopes 3/4, 0.89, but we're just gonna use y equals mx plus b. So our y was 9, our slope is 3/4, our x is 8, and we're going to solve the equation for b. Make sure it looks like a b and not a 6, okay? 3/4 of 8, right? Remember we talked about you multiply straight across, so if you need to change this to a fraction to see this, 3 times 8 is 24, 4 times 1 is 4, 24 divided by 4 is 6. We have 9 equals 6 plus b. We need to isolate b, which means I need to move my positive 6. So I'm going to subtract 6 or add -6 to both sides. 9 minus 6 is 3, b equals 3. And then I got to remember to write my final equation. Y equals, our slope, 3/4 x plus 3. So either method, we came up with the same answer. Again, if you want to use point slope form and change it into slope intercept, if you want to use slope intercept and solve for b, either method will work for this.